Good day, folks. Good day. Good day. Hope y'all doing well. I'm doing great. So, in today's video, guys, we're discussing the spiritual aspects of a narcissistic discard. Okay? Again, the spiritual aspects of a narcissistic discard. Now, before we go into it, guys, I shared in the previous video, I believe the title was Notice the Signs God Wants You to Release Things from Your Life. And in that video, we touched on this quite a bit, okay? About how it will become so difficult to deal with individuals. You know, the simple thing as communicating with them will become so difficult. Okay, all of these are spiritual signs, guys. All right. Now, this video may not apply to all narcissistic discards. Okay, but in most situations, it may apply. Right. So let's get right into it, guys. All right. Let me start by saying this, guys. All right. As empaths, as chosen ones, as light workers, as divine beings, light beings, whatever it is that you resonate with, okay? We've established that we have divine guidance and divine protection, okay? So, at some point in your life, you may or may not even acknowledge that this divine guidance or this divine protection is at work in your life, okay? But know that these things are always at work, okay? Whether you are aware of it or not, your divine protection and your divine guidance is always at work in your life, okay? So, this narcissistic discard, guys, tends to be one of those situations where divine protection is at work, okay? Because most discards, while on the surface may not look like it, deep down, guys, is divine intervention taking place, okay? Again, while on the surface it may not look like anything is happening, it may look like a regular everyday discard, deep down on a much deeper level, guys, is divine intervention taking place, okay? So let's go a bit deeper into it, right? How do you know, or how does divine protection plays out in narcissistic discards? So, guys, when you have come to the end of a narcissistic relationship or entanglement, okay, the end of dealing with a narcissist, we call this the discard phase. And this phase sometimes happens automatically because the narcissist is running off of a narcissistic abusive programming, okay? So whether you're ready or not, at some point, guys, the discard will take place, whether it's from your part or it's from the narcissist part, okay? You may discard yourself out of the situation, out of the relationship, out of the situationship, okay? Or the narcissist may simply discard you, all right? But like I mentioned earlier, in most of these situations, guys, there's divine intervention taking place, all right? Again, there's divine intervention taking place, all right? How do you know this, guys? Is when prior to the discard, right before the discard, when it seems like everything that can possibly go wrong is going wrong. Okay? Again, when it seems like everything that can possibly go wrong is going wrong. All right? When nothing you do is enough for the narcissist, or it's enough to save that relationship, that friendship, whatever ship that may be, when nothing that you do can save it or salvage it somehow, guys, okay, when it seems like none of your efforts is good enough, when it seems like everything you do is wrong, essentially, when every move you make, when every measure you try to take seems to be wrong, guys, that's one of those divine intervention discards that's taking place. Okay? And the reason why everything you do or every measure that you take seems to be wrong is because there's the divine's hand at work in that relationship at that point. Okay? The divine is involved at that point. So essentially, the divine is taking the fight from you and doing what needs to be done. Okay? That's why nothing you do seems to be enough. Nothing you do seems to be good enough. Everything you do seems to be wrong. And it seems like everything is just going wrong. It's just going downhill, 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 constant downhill. Okay? And then you may get to a point where you feel like you've exhausted all your energy even. Okay? You've exhausted all your resources. You at your wits' end with it, like they say. Okay? You've exhausted so much. You've exhausted your resources. You've exhausted your energy. You're just tired. You're drained at this point. Okay? And it seems like you may let everything just go. All right, guys, the reason you're feeling this way too is that the divine is subtly showing you to surrender. All right, relinquish control and let the divine intervention operate from here. All right, so that's why you keep being discouraged, essentially. Right, you may purchase a gift for the narcissist, let's say, okay, and they're not gonna be grateful for it, or they're not even gonna like it, so they're gonna tell you, take it back, I don't want it, or whatever the case. Okay, then you may take it back and go get the thing that they said they want, and they still will not be happy with that one. Okay, so how do you even how do you even fix that type of situation? Guys, it's not meant to be fixed. Okay? It's not meant to be fixed. That's what's happening there. All right? The divine is essentially trying to get your attention. Like, hey, let this go. I got this. All right? Let this go. It's in my hands now. All right? It's out of your hands. That's why nothing you do seems to work. Everything you do seems to be wrong. It just, everything you do seems not to be enough. Okay? And like I said, you may come to a point where you've exhausted so much, guys. You've exhausted your energy. You've ran up and down for the narcissist. You've done this. You've done that. You've spent so much of your resources. Just nothing seemed to be good enough. Okay? Nothing that you do seems to be good enough. And it's to the point where you're like, okay, there's nothing else. I don't feel like there's anything else I can do at this point. There needs to be some form of intervention, right? But on the deeper level, there's intervention taking place. Okay? There's divine intervention at work at that point. Okay? So Guys, in that previous video that I mentioned earlier, I said when everything seems to be going wrong, when everything seems to be so difficult, the simplest thing as communicating with that individual will just become so difficult and will require so much energy from your part. Okay, guys, all these are signs. Okay, all these are signs that it's time to surrender control and allow the divine intervention to run its course. Okay, because there's a reason why nothing you do is working. Okay, that relationship has probably been so toxic that it has gotten to the point where your divine protection is activated and now it's at work. All right, and so that's why on the physical level, nothing you do seems to be enough, because at that point it's no longer a physical battle. Okay, it's deeper. It's gotten to a spiritual battle at that point. All right, and like I said, not every narcissistic discard will fit this particular situation, right? But if you're a chosen individual, if you're an empath, if you're an anointed individual, a light worker, you fit one of those categories, guys, then understand, all right, that if you are in a narcissistic discard type situation, guys, it's your divine protection at work. All right, it's your divine intervention at work there. Okay, you have the hand of the divine working at that point. Okay, because like I said, at that point, that toxic relationship, that abusive relationship, that abuse has gone to such a level, the enemy has pushed it to such a level, that your spiritual protection has been triggered. All right, and now the battle is being fought on a spiritual level. Okay, that's why what you're doing, it just like, it doesn't even affect the situation at all. Okay, so let's know this. All right, let's know this about the narcissistic discard. All right, and for those of us who don't know, guys, the narcissistic discard is typically the point where the narcissist is ready to part ways with you, or you are ready to part ways with the narcissist. All right, at that point, what needs to be learned has already been learned, and so the narcissist too is no longer receiving supply. You're not responding to them the same way, and they're ready to move on to their next supply. Okay, the narcissistic discard, guys, it happens automatically. All right, it's part of the narcissistic programming. Okay, it's part of the narcissistic programming, and it will happen automatically when the time comes. Okay, where the battle has gone so far, all right, so deep that your spiritual protection becomes activated and the intervention, it takes place. Okay, so let's know this, guys. Let's understand that. All right, that this card is gonna come. All right, it's gonna come at some point. It's gonna happen automatically. Okay, all of a sudden things may just start going downhill, 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 downhill. Nothing you do is enough. Nothing you do is helping. Nothing. You may make adjustments after adjustments, changes after changes, all of those things, guys, but nothing will seem to work. All right, it's time for that discard. Okay, that discard is happening. All right, and oftentimes it's painful. It's so painful for us that we tend not to look at the deeper meaning of it. Okay, we kind of look at the surface level, the pain that we're in. We look at the surface level and what's happening. All right, and usually we will not even understand what took place until months later. Then we go and relive that situation or reanalyze that situation and realize, oh, that's what was happening. All right. Or it may get revealed to you. It may come as a sudden insight. And then you gain the understanding that, okay, this is what happened. This is why this happened this way. Okay. So I hope I made it clear enough, guys. Again, it may not fit in all situations, all right? But if you are a chosen being, guys, and if you look back on your life, guys, you may find some of these situations, all right? Or some of these discards that took place this way, okay? If your discard took place in such a way, then know that it was divine intervention at work, okay? Understand that it was your spiritual protection activated and in play at that point, okay? I hope I made it clear enough, guys. If it resonates with you guys, by all means, share your thoughts, okay? Share your thoughts. We are all here to learn from one another, all right? So share your thoughts, all right? Until the next one, guys, let me leave this one here, okay? Catch you guys on the next one. Peace, love,